Alexa, stop music. She been delayed. Like, girl, didn't I just say? Alexa. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl T, aka the Melanin Fairy, and I'm back at it again with another video. As you can see, we have a change of scenery. I just wanted to change things up a little. I hope this video will not be shaky because I'm on my bed, clearly, and I have my little not my podcast, Lord. I have my tripod on a shoebox, and I feel like it's moving. Oh my God, it is. I need to try to be, I have to try to be still. This is gonna be a task, but you know, pushing myself. Why am I in my bed? Well, one, it's comfortable. Today has been a very, very long day, and I do mean very long. I'm pushing this to the back. For starters, I've been going to bed at 4 a.m. for the past 3 nights. I think it's been 3 now, maybe 4, who knows. 4 a.m. Daylight savings really messes me up, so like it's been a lot. Your girl has not been getting sleep, and then I have to go and turn around and get up in the morning for class. So it's been really rough, but I'm here, I'm making it. I found the energy monster help me to make this video. So yeah, I also think my bed is a really symbolic place for me, and what this video is gonna be like, it just fits perfectly. My bed gets me in a lot of trouble because it's so hard to get out of bed in the morning when it's so hard, and it's where I spend a good bit of my time. Actually, I'm gonna lay her down. That's here nor there. So this is my bed. I have a thing above that I wanted y'all to be able to see that says wake up with purpose, but you can't, or I would be like super far out, but you know, whatever, such is life. So anyways, today we are going to be talking about me telling my story on a public platform. What do you mean, girl? Like, you do YouTube, that's a public platform. Yeah, but like a public platform that's not my own. It's not something personal to me, private, whatever, and like actually sharing that with somebody else. I don't know, like when I do these videos, it's like I'm talking to myself, like I'm looking at me right now and I'm just telling my story. But to actually tell that to somebody else is like a completely different experience, and they have their own audience, which is relatively large. So that was a lot. So if you watched my last video, if not, go ahead and check that out. But if you watched my last video, you will know I said perhaps I have some big news coming up that I was really excited about, and luckily that was able to come to fruition. It is now out. I did do a collaboration, so to speak, with this organization, company, I don't know what to call them, but they're called it's Our Minds, and then #OurStory. Like, it's kind of their thing. So they interview people of all the kind of different populations, which is actually really dope because that's kind of similar, sort of, but not all the way, with what I want to do at 7 Sips with Tea. And so yeah, that opportunity was presented to me. I was very nervous. I would be lying if I said I was not. I was extremely nervous to sit up there and talk about it, but at the same time, I wanted to share my story. It was such a blessing to be afforded that opportunity, and to have someone have reached out to me to do that. So, you know, I did it. And I was very nervous, like I said, and I was excited for a good bit, because it was like, oh my gosh, this is happening, this is major, you know, but at the same time, I was really nervous. And then once it came out, I actually did not see the final cut until it came out. So that was something kind of like nerve-wracking for me, so to speak, just because like, oh, like you just put it out there, but you know, hey, such is life sometimes. And I don't know, me being the perfectionist and me just being all in my head, I probably would have been like, no, take this out, take this out, take this out. So, you know, all in all, I'm not really like upset with the video. I think it was good. And here's something you gotta understand. Here's something people gotta understand. That video, it was 3 minutes. I did an interview for over an hour. Like, it was like an hour and 23 minutes worth of footage. They chopped that down to 3 minutes. So you're not gonna get the whole story. And that, we see so much in TV, across social media, and I don't know if people really realize that. So that's why we like, y'all take one little tiny clip or edits of clips put together and judge somebody so harsh over something that like wasn't even that. And that was something I had to experience, because just of how things were kind of meshed together, like it wasn't how I said it. There were some things that I wanted to be talked about that unfortunately didn't make the cut. But like I said, it was an hour-long video. I fortunately do have the footage, so I would like to, well, somehow I have the footage, but it's like a lot of drama with trying to transfer that and all that stuff. But I do have the footage, so I may try to add bits and pieces of that in here, or make that its own separate thing, or release clips, you know, as I feel like it and talking about it. But yeah, the one thing that I hate was the fact that like a certain narrative was portrayed. And I say that as in, and I don't think it was purposeful, you know. I think part of it is the reality that we want to make clickbait and we want to have thumbnails and stuff that people will be like, ooh, and click on. But sometimes it's at the expense of somebody's feelings or image, whatever the case is. And I kind of felt like that. And I can't remember the exact verbiage, so like I'll put it over here so you can see. But basically, one of the things is she got mad and threw her phone, or like her friend blocked her, she threw her phone, whatever the case, and making it to seem as if I'm angry. And I want to preface this because the person who interviewed me, she said like she would love to continue watching my channel. So like, this is no diss, like, and I don't even know if this is 100% fact, but this is just, you know, how I kind of took things. But like, please don't take any offense. Like, I'm still very thankful for the opportunity and things like that. But like, this is just my feelings, my experience, and I'm bringing it to the table. But yeah, so to me, it just kind of made me, and some of this could be my insecurity, but to me, it just made me seem like, oh, like they're trying to portray me like I'm this angry person, and that's also dangerous being a Black woman, you know. And so I don't know, it just kind of made me feel uneasy. It made me feel insecure and like kind of ashamed, and like I did not want others to see the video and things like that. Like, I was really scared to actually go and repost it, but two of my best friends were like, no, I really like this, and like it's good, I think it'll help people. So that helped me to kind of be like, oh, I guess. But I still just have a lot of angst about it. I'm still very anxious. I'm nervous of like who saw it, and are people judging me because of that? Like, it's a lot of uncertainty, a lot going through my mind. So that was something I really didn't like. And because if you know, like, borderline personality disorder is so much more than anger. And I guess that's what I'm going to use this video to talk about, of like, what is it? So borderline personality disorder is a mood disorder. Yes, I think a personality disorder characterized by mood swings and intense emotions, things like that. And you feel like it's just a lot of intense emotions going on, people. Okay, and let me tell you that anger is not the first one on the totem pole. Anger is usually like, once you done dealt with all of this and people don't care, that's when you get the anger. It takes, at least for me, and like nobody's the same, but it takes a lot to actually get to the anger. So that's why I was just upset that like that was the big thing that was pushed, because it's so much more to that. But then that could be all that people see it as, but like it is so much more to it. Like, it's getting mad over small things, and not even mad, but like getting upset by small things that other people just normally wouldn't care about, and you kind of get offended by it, and then they invalidate your experience or like say, well, it wasn't like that, or whatever the case. People don't care, and then that's kind of when you start getting the button pushing, and people will learn your buttons, and they will, and that's what happens, and then they act like Pikachu, like you didn't know. So that's how it is. But yeah, so that was something that I was a little upset about, and just kind of feeling insecure about it, because it's so much more than anger, and I just didn't want to be seen as this angry person. A lot of times I'm sad, very sad, so I be in this bed crying, okay? A lot of times I'm sad, a lot of times I feel empty, I feel numb. And anger is really just the last resort, and it's when everything is just kind of bottled up and it manifested into that. But that is not all that I feel. So I really just wanted to make that distinction. And a lot of times, like, people, at least me, I'm not gonna just come off on you. Like, if you know me, I'm scared to bust a grape. Like, I'm not that kind of person. You really have to get me to a point to where I'm doing it, to where I'm breaking up. Like, you really had to get me to a point. And that's what I wish was portrayed, and things like that. And the fact that people leave you behind and they don't care. And then, like, because people, we don't have a lot of empathy in this world. Not enough, not nearly enough, especially for as many different mental disorders we have and how prevalent they are. The world sucks with empathy. People are trash, okay? I'm gonna just say it straightforward. Like, people are trash, and over time I really have just grown a distaste for humanity. Like, ew, because why are you like this? So people really just don't get it. Like, I could tell people stuff and they'll just be like, you need to do this. And then, like, they don't understand how intense something is for you. And that's very difficult to deal with when you're constantly being minimized, invalidated, gaslighted, whatever the case. And a lot of times that is how borderline manifests. It's from people with trauma, people with history of being ignored, things like that, and it manifests into that. And then you spend your whole life with people just continuing to invalidate you, and it kind of is just this self-fulfilling prophecy in a way of it just gets worse and worse. Like, it grows. And like, people can know your triggers and they cannot care. They can know that they're gonna do this and it's gonna give you that, and they will not care. They will do it anyways. One of the hardest things for me has been the people that I have lost in my life, and I think I touched on this maybe in one of my videos. Yeah, I did, in my mental health video. But like, one of my best friends, she knew very well that I have borderline personality disorder. This girl knew everything, like almost everything about me. She knew all my struggles, what I was going through. And I this past 12 months, I've been through a lot, and she knew everything that I had gone through. So lose someone, and like, I was in a really low place, like, to me, is just crappy. I'm gonna just call a spade. Like, and I've tried to make amends with this person. I've done the whole nine, and it's not to say, like, I see this all the time on Twitter, where people say, like, tolerating disrespect, things like that. My mind is everywhere today. I think there is, of course, boundaries that you need to have in place and things of that nature. The situation that happened wasn't even nothing like to that effect at first that warranted all of that. So it's just like, and then I just felt like, this is just me personally, and everybody's different in how they view family and things of that nature. I'm someone who has endured a lot of loss in my life. I really do not hold grudges. That's just who I am. That's just how I operate. That's what I value. I have lost people since I was 8 years old, of like actually seeing someone pass and like remembering, because like I've lost my grandfather when I was like 2. So, but of course I don't remember that. But like I've been losing people early on from a young age, and like quite a few people. So I, for a long time, have known people do not stay forever, and tomorrow is not promised. That was something that was taught to me and really stressed. So I just never have held grudges. Never have held grudges. So, and I feel like if you know someone's going through something, like it's a certain way you need to move. Like, and I just could never call somebody my sister, my best friend, and never look back for them. I just could not do that. I'm not that kind of person. Like, it's always gonna be a care. It's just always gonna be there. Even if I know, like, if I know you're going through something, especially, and you're my sister, you're my best friend, like, how could you just leave somebody behind? And so that was one of the things I wanted to be touched on, of just like, it can be a very lonely disorder, because people, if you do something, when you do get angry and you have this big blow up, then it's kind of like, it brings a ghost town. Everybody wants to run away from you, and they don't care what they did to hurt you, to bring you to that point. They don't care about that no more. They just care that, oh, you had the last punch, and it was a sucker punch, for real, and now they mad at it. And it's like, but you punched me first. They don't care about it. They do not care. And these people will leave you high and dry, like they ain't did nothing to you, unscathed and everything. No. But that's how it often happens. And so people, they lose their friends, even maybe family, because I've seen people say, I don't care if my sister's bipolar, I don't care what and to me it's just like, what? Like, and I get people have experienced trauma from people that have mental health disorders, but it's like, bro, how do you think the person who has that feels? Like, just imagine what is going through their mind. And not everybody's gonna take the accountability, but you know what I'm saying? Like, just imagine, because I promise you, I'm just as tired of dealing with this as the next person, okay? And that is why the people that I do have in my life, who know, who accept me for who I am, check in on me, who love me, like, they are my everything. Like, and it's gonna take a certain type of person to stick around in my life. And I mean, not really, because a lot of people really only know me to a surface, but like, to be a close friend, it takes a special kind of person. And I love my close friends dearly, and I'm just so thankful, like, for the people who have really been with me when I'm down in my rut. Like, they know. There's no way I could ever repay them. And those are the kind of people that I love to surround myself by. People who are empathetic, who have a heart, who check in, people who are willing to learn, because that's another thing I encounter. Like, people may be like they'll hear, oh yeah, you have that, okay. And it sucks that we do that with mental disorders, because I promise you, if it was something physical, like if I had cancer, or if I had even diabetes, high blood pressure, whatever, people would be like, oh, what can I do? Oh, you need this kind of meal? You know, oh, what? You know, like, people will cater to you and things like that. But you say, oh, I got this. It's like, I don't care. Like, aggravated. But that is the world we have to live in. I don't know what this video was. I feel like it was a whole bunch of nothing. And I don't want to post it. I don't want to post it, but I'm probably going to post it because I need something to post, okay? I need something to post. Thank you if you made it to this point. Thank you. I don't know what this video was. I really don't. I guess it was just kind of a random rant, and also like speaking on that experience. Like I said, I'm going to try to roll some stuff out. All in all, I'm super thankful for the opportunity. Wish some things would have went different, but that's why I had this channel, to continue telling my story. And I thank you guys for being along with me on the journey. I thank you guys for being along with me on this journey. My Sprite Squad, my MF Sprites. I love y'all so much, more than you could ever know. And if you're watching this, like, you're a baddie. You're that girl, you're that boy, you're that person, you're that human, you're that empathetic, ethereal being. But yeah, that's all I gotta say, because I'm just for no reason. So with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and close this video out. Peace, love, happiness, Melanin Fairy out.